All right, and we're back. We're going to start, let's start the Linux command line um, activities. Let's do this. Let's check it out. I think we can bang out a few of these. Introduction to the command line interface. Let's do this. All right, what is the command line interface? The CLI, sometimes called the terminal, console, or shell, as a means of interacting with a system without using the graphical interface. To interact with the CLI, a user inputs text commands directly into the terminal interface. CLIs were the primary means of computer interactions in the mid-1960s and continued to be used on most systems until GUI operating systems like Windows became available. CLI remains popular among cybersecurity professionals and is a core part of the Linux operating system. The terminal. You'll be using a terminal in the CLI to interact with a Linux OS. Upon opening, you'll be presented with the terminal prompt. Linux, and this is the host usually. This prompt gives you some important information about the system you're interacting with. Before any commands are entered, the prompt has four main components: username, computer name, path, and user. By looking at our command prompt, we know which user we're logged in as, Linux, which system we're interacting with, command line intro, and where on the file system we are. The tilde is the user's home directory. Generally, the last character will also indicate if we're interacting with the system as a root user or not. In this case, the $sign character indicates we are running as a standard user, whereas root admin would end with a $. Let's check that out. Can I get to root? Oh, I think WSL doesn't really have root. I think that might be the issue there. All right. Anyway, commands. You use commands to navigate the terminal and the CLI. These commands tell the computer to do something, be it open a file, run a command, or make a new folder. Commands and their different uses are covered in depth throughout the series. You'd expect a response from many commands, yet not every command will immediately provide a visible response. For example, changing file permissions won't look like anything has happened and when run, but upon listing, the permissions change is apparent. Okay, let's do that. SLA. Let's do. Let's change. Let's do lsl file1.txt, and we'll change it. Let's do 777 file1.txt. Yep, we didn't get anything, and now we changed it. Okay, cool. I wonder. Oh, ls. I like that it changes the color here. That's nice. Okay. Why use the CLI instead of a GUI? For cybersecurity professionals, developers, and administrators, the CLI allows users to perform tasks with speed and flexibility. You may need to navigate through multiple menus to perform a task on a GUI, whereas the CLI can often perform the same task with a single command. For up-and-coming cybersecurity professionals, having a base understanding of the CLI is crucial to leveling up in later skills. It's handy for offensive and defensive teams alike, whether that's because the application runs on the command line or just because it's quicker to navigate a system. The command line basics are essential if you think cyber might be right for you. If not, the skills are still useful and may impress your existing or future employer. All right. In this lab, to ease you into the CLI in this lab, you'll need to drag the correct answer on the left to the question on the right. Everything you need to complete the game is provided in the tab. All right. Let's see what we can do here. So let's open it up, right? And what do we got here? What does the CLI provide to cyber professionals, developers, and system administrators? the CLI provides a terminal, right? All right, what information does the first part of the prompt show you? Shows you the user. Okay, they call that the prompting, that's right. Is that what this is? The prompt. Okay. When you first open the terminal, what are you presented with? The prompts. What do you use to navigate through the CLI? Commands. Oh, this might be over here. What operating system is the CLI a core part of? Linux, baby. What is the command line interface also known as? The terminal. Boom. Let's collect those points. All right. Before you go, we really appreciate the feedback. Yeah, sure. Pretty good. No, that was good. Okay. Nice. 40 points. All right. Let's do number 2. All right. Overview. We'll look at what you will be doing in this lab. Learning outcomes. Be able to recall fundamental concepts of the Linux terminal, understand basic Linux command, be able to run basic commands at the terminal prompt, run different commands on the terminal and explore the output of both valid and invalid commands, pass parameters to a command, and identify how parameters can affect the output of the command. All right. Oh, wait a minute. No, we got to get back into here. Let's start the lab. What's the frame? What is this? Frameworks, MITRE ATT&CK. Okay. Awards. Technical fundamentals. Let's see what that's about. Let's start the lab, but I'm just curious what this is about. Technical fundamentals. They just put Linux and Windows in there. All right. All right, cool. Entering commands. To perform most tasks on the CLI, type a command into the prompt and press the enter or return key on your keyboard to execute it. On most systems, you can tell if you could type the command into the CLI when you have a cursor. Just click the terminal and type the command. They should honestly have like a more interactive thing here. I mean, there's a lot of sites that have that. If your terminal looks like this, you're good to go. Okay. Successful commands and their output. Most of the time, a successful command will return an output. For example, a command almost guaranteed to run successfully is the ls. That's a lowercase l command. For list directories, contents. Try entering ls into your terminal prompt and pressing enter. What is the, where is the terminal prompt supposed to be? Because, I mean, obviously I have one. I'm just, oh, okay. All right, let's do this. Let's click this, ls. All right, your token for Q1 is C995. Just, okay. Successful output of the ls command will show you a simple list of the files and folders in your current directory. Yeah, we got one file here, command line intro. Okay. The successful output, blah, blah, blah. Unsuccessful commands and their output. When a command isn't found or executed correctly, a response is often returned to alert you that the command was unsuccessful. Bash is command not found. Right. Foo command. There is no foo command, right? Let's try that. Foo. All right. You gotta drag this and it automatically copies it. Okay. Yeah. So foo not found. They should. Okay. I feel like this should be highlighted. I don't know. All right, command parameters. Sometimes a command might need additional options to perform the task required. These options, also called parameters or flags, change how the command works. If, for example, you wanted more than just a simple ls provides, you could add parameters to the ls command to change how the command executes. A parameter is typically added to a command by using a single hyphen character or two hyphen characters, followed by a letter or word. For example, h is help. These parameters can give more information. Most command line tools also allow you to chain parameters together. Rather than having multiple parameters, each with its hyphen, you can typically merge multiple parameters under one hyphen. For example, the ls command, lsla parameters. You could run the lsla, but the CLI always allows you to run the command. All right. Adding the parameters la to your ls command will run the same list directories contents command, but now show all files including some detail. All right. They didn't mention that it executes in order, but all right, let's do this. lsla lsahtl. So we got ls all human readable sizes, time, and I think it's order by time, right? Order by time and long, right? So we got June, July, February. But the time is, so what if we do this? Get the opposite, right? All right, so let me just copy this in. Copy, paste. Run the ls command with help. All right. I feel like this is kind of a, I kind of like Linux Journey more, but yeah, Linux Journey, but I'll wait until I'm kind of done with this to really. Wait a minute, we didn't. Oh man, I can't go back. All right. I would like to have the option to finish reading, even though I completed the lesson by adding keys. All right, that's more of a functionality thing, but alrighty. Next, let's move on. Practical. I mean, these are pretty easy. Pretty easy. So I think I'll stop it here. No, I'll do one more. Let's do one more. Overview. Let's just do it. Let's just get into it. I'm not gonna read this stuff. All right. Briefing. The Linux operating system sees no real difference between files, folders, programs, and services. To Linux, they're all files, right? Unlike Windows and Mac OS, where the system acknowledges files and directories, processes, and programs all separately, Linux will categorize everything into files or processes. This doesn't necessarily affect you except in identifying whether something is a file, folder, or process. In this Linux system, directories will be displayed in blue text, whereas regular files are white. Let's just see if this is... All right, cool. Got the same thing going on. Where was I? Try running the lsla command explored in episode 2. In your terminal window to see what the output looks like. lsla. Right, so we got all directories pretty much, right? All right, we got all directories. 10 minutes, working directories. To find out your current directory, In the terminal window, what is the name of the directory you start in? Directory is start in is home. 8. Oh, let's do this. Yeah, I mean, it should be 8394. Okay. 8394. All right. Working directories, to find out your current directory, typically referred to as the working directory, you can use the present working directory, print working directory command. Running the pwd command on the terminal will output the full path to your current location on the file system. I mean, I think I actually did that. Yeah. Okay. As shown below, navigation. Let's see. Run the lsla command to list all items in your current directory. How many of these items are directories? All of them. Right? Let's do this. LSLA WCL. Got 9. Okay. Check. Whoa. The characters returned in the output are shortcuts to the current and parent directory and shouldn't be counted. Ah, okay. LS. I think there is a. That's a good catch. Oh, that's a good catch. Okay. There's a flag to remove those, which I don't often use. So let's see what we got going on here. Almost all, right? LSLA, WC. I mean, we obviously know it's 7, but just want to check. I like that they knew that was going to be the mistake. That's actually pretty good. All right. Navigation to move down into another directory from your current one. You run the cd, change directory command. The cd command, as the name suggests, will allow you to navigate through directories. To run the command, simply enter the name of the directory immediately after the cd command. For example, entering the command cd my folder would move you to the folder called my folder that exists. You can also use cd to move the exact paths on the terminal. Entering the cd command, this long one, would move you to the folder found in that path as long as it exists. Right. If the folder doesn't exist, you'll get an error message on the terminal. Right. Let's do that. cd hello world. Boom. To go back to the parent directory, right, let's finish this one up here. Use the cd command to navigate. Cd moving around. LSLA C. Okay, cool. Navigation to move down into another directory, right? We did that. To go back to the parent directory, you can use 2 full stops as a shortcut. So for example, if you wanted to go back 3 parent directories, you could run the command. Now see, that actually I don't think was in Linux Journey, so that's a good one. So if I wanted to do this, I'm in root. cd 8 something, cd 11. There we go. All right. Use the cat command to read the hidden file. Oh, shoot. Okay, we got to go back there. All right, we got to go back. cd cd moving around, LSLA. Okay. Cat 2736. Now, before I click that, I'm going to finish reading. All right. You can also use the dash character with CD acting as a shortcut for your previous directory. Yeah, that's a very cool one, actually, I recently discovered. So, like if I do, oh, come on, man. If I do CD dash, it'll take me back. If I do it again, it'll take me back to the same one. I like that. And I also like that it returns. So that's cool. Acting as a shortcut for your previous directory, right? Some terminals are also configured to autocomplete file and folder names if you start typing the name of your directory and then press tab on the keyboard. Yeah, I've been doing that all over. So like if I do, let me actually go back again, CD, and if I do move, press tab, it completes it. So that's pretty cool. Tab key, yeah, that's nice. All right, reading files. Once you've, I feel like these lessons are kind of like too much reading, too much going on, right? Because this kind of broke it down. It's very nice. All right, reading files. Once you've moved into a different directory, you may wish to view the contents of the files within the directory. The simplest way of outputting the contents of the file is to use the concatenate command. Enter cat, and the command will print the contents of the file to your terminal screen. Right, hidden files, we already saw those. You can use the lsla long all command in a directory to list all the files, including the hidden ones. Hidden files and directories can be identified by a single full stop character at the beginning of the file name. For example, a hidden file secrets would be labeled .secrets. Yep, you can use the cat to view files the same way as any other. Commands overview in this lab. All right, let's see what we get. There we go. That's why you got to finish reading it. I thought it was good. I mean, it's a little long. It's a little long. Maybe break it up. Nah, you know what? Actually, now that I think of it, it's not that long. We just did it in like 5 minutes. So it's pretty good. I think just my generation has ADHD. So, all right, I'm going to end this here, and I'll continue in another video.